What is up, guys? So, back on Osceola. Recently took out a loan and picked up this Great Plains 3000 HD. Minimum horsepower 125, 30-foot working. So we bought that. Sitting right over there. We're going to bring it back to the farm. We're still in the middle of raking our hay. Hopefully I can pull it with this truck, otherwise I'm screwed. Perfect. This is a pretty large drill. It's a little over... It's like 5.5 metric tons. So we'll buzz on back to the farm. Using this to drill in our beans. Also, I bought a new field. I want to put in some grass. So this is Polly's model. Well, most of it. Spent a fair amount of time remodeling a few certain parts and making an interior and stuff like that. So you always end up remodeling quite a bit, you know, so you get a better UV map. And so just finished that up. This was kind of my weekend project. Gonna do some work. I tried a different method for spec maps. I actually textured the model in Blender. Turns out I kind of did it wrong, but it worked regardless. This Chevy was never public. It's very much private. It's not a convert. So anyways, I was gonna go down and plant that field that we plowed up the other day, because we're still waiting for our silage. We're chopping, but our fermenting silo is kind of full at the moment. I'm gonna back this planter into this shed, I think. Just leave it here because I'm going to be picking it up. So I've just done a little tad bit of testing on this, so hopefully everything works out. Our dealership loves us right now. It's not a cheap planter at all. So we need to find a tractor. Should be a tractor around here somewhere. No? Oh, that's right. These guys were busy chopping. Well, we'll bring this guy back since we're kind of done with chopping for a bit. Should probably have Courseplay keep raking while we're planting, though. Could at least do that, right? He might run into that. I thought I had a four-wheel drive tractor. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't save that. So we need. I want a seed tank. I don't have a Alright. We need more money. Of course. I wonder why I can't place in some areas. Must like have triggers that are interfering with whatever. I'll just place it there. Call it a day. So I don't have the fill volume set up yet, so that's on the to-do list. So I might as well just close the lids. Fill up with seed. We're gonna seed some grass, I think. Make another hayfield. Now we should be able to fill up with some fertilizer too. Does it only take solid fertilizer? Whatever. We got seed. We're gonna go plant some grass. So this thing is built to have wing flex and individual, or not individual, but sectional row unit. Each box's row unit needs flexes as well. So this field we're going to will be a good test. This thing can hold like 1,500 liters of fertilizer in it as well. So maybe I was just at the wrong trigger. Maybe it needs like a solid fertilizer trigger instead of liquid. So I'm not entirely sure if we're going to lose this field terrain if we plant grass, but I guess we'll figure it out. Be kind of a bummer if we lost our... So this thing is pretty cool how it... See if I can get a better picture. It has the locking cylinder that raises the wings up, and that lowers down, and then the cylinders push it. And then these wing wheels don't actually move, they're like fixed. And then you have to raise and lower the individual with like these little cylinders. So this is a pretty cool design. It's simple. Anyways, we'll give it a go. Scripted in the crazy ridge markers, I guess they're called. Oh, nice. We're not losing our field terrain. I don't know if you can see anything flexing or not, but put a 10-degree flex on the boxes. Not sure if the ridge mark will work in. Oh yeah. If you wanted to use the ridge markers, that would be fine. You see the little flex in the wing right there. Should really have Courseplay do this so I don't have to. Okay, so Courseplay is pretty much going to redo what we just did, but give us a better opportunity to deactivate row markers there. I want to see if this thing flexes. You can see some of the row units kind of flexing a little bit. So obviously this thing is taking some let's go bump this thing back like. So I mean this field isn't the roughest field, but you can kind of start to see the planter flex a little bit. I think once we get up into the middle of this field a little bit, it'll really start to show its. You can see some of the individual row units kind of bouncing along here. I've always been a big fan of these box drills, and I've been waiting for a decent one for a long time. So this has been a project that's been on the wish list for some time. I'm gonna stop this guy. Gonna use GPS for a bit. Starting to get a little dirty. You can see the distance texture is grass, so but we still keep our field. Try the row marker for a bit. There's really no point to running a row marker if you're using GPS, but I know some farmers like to do it in case they ever lose a signal or want to verify their coordinates, I guess. Now I just need a decent American like 12 or 16 row corn planter and we'd be all set. Oh, you can start to see a little flex there. How many fields are on the map? I have no idea right now. I'd imagine anywhere from, or there'll probably be anywhere from 100 to 150-ish. Right now I only have about 42 actually mapped out and viable, so. And we're planting grass right now. Or hay, whatever you want to. Giants doesn't differentiate between any kind of grass. It's a little premature by probably like 2 years asking if this map's going to be released. The question you should ask is it ever going to be finished? It's interesting that they use skid loader tires on this planter. I guess we'll have to roll this field then for fertilizer. So this field isn't going to really add many acres to our production, like maybe an acre and a half, 2 acres, whatever it ends up being, but whatever is cheap. And it's next to our other field, so might as well pick up the acreage. Gonna own it eventually. Fold this thing up. Perfect. I'm gonna drive back to the farm here, check out our fermenting silo, see if we can do any more silage, or if we should get back to raking, or if we can't do any of those, we can always grab our Mondako roller and roll that grass field we just planted. So figured out a solution. I was trying to get some frozen water planes for the winter on this map, and it wasn't working. So, but the mod author of the seasons figured it out. Apparently, you have to make it a user attribute script. So. I don't know where these guys plant their equipment in real life, but we'll just park this thing down here. technically it is spring. We can go back a little bit more. Oh, that's our new $70,000 planner. Took out the hefty loan to pay for it. Alright, so these are our fermenting silos. See how we're doing on our... It's got a long ways to go before we can put any more silage into it. The bunker here can hold 100,000 liters. I think it only produces as much silage. So that kind of rules out chopping anything. Obviously we could always rake. Been a while since I used this roller. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this thing, roll that field we just planted. Gonna see if Corsair does any better with the roller here. Actually, screw it. I'll just do it. So working width on this is apparently it's like 14-ish. I think 12 is a good speed for this. You know, the thing with the live stream is when there's, 100 people watching, I kind of rely on the viewers to answer questions, so I don't have to keep answering the same question over and over. Because people pop in and out. It's new people to the channel, new people to the stream and stuff, so. So apparently, we can fertilize grass with the seasons mod, and that's supposed to affect your yield. So I think I might roll that field we just chopped, since I'm over here. Add an extra layer of fertilizer to it. Odds are when we mowed it, baled it, raked it, chopped it, we made some ruts in real life, so run over it with the roller a little bit. It's always exciting to see what's going on GitHub with the seasons mod, because they're very active developers, so they're always answering questions, solving issues, implementing new features, so. Gonna do a second headland here so it's easier to turn. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure if winter wheat is in seasons mod or not. I imagine, like, actually, hold on. We could figure it out. Could look at wheat planting. No, can't plant anything in winter, so. So we're right here, right kind of in the middle of spring. We just planted some grass. All of our other crops are planted. We're going to be harvesting. We're going to go pretty much all through summer. And we're not going to be able to touch our corn. Yeah, we might be able to get into corn early, or late summer. Early fall, we'll be able to. Anyways, we're supposed to get multiple cuts of hay. Guy said 3 to 4 cuts of hay per season, so we'll see about that. I'm not sure if it's going to be fully grown, but I'm sure we'll be able to cut something off our hay fields. Yeah, unfortunately, Mendaka doesn't make a John Deere green roller. They make a puke green color. Whatever. It's different. I don't even think JM green matches John Deere. John Deere is like 5 different shades of green in their paint. Plus, I'm pretty sure in order to match it, you have to pay them big money. So this field, I'm gonna roll this thing. Gonna have Courseplay roll this for us. So this guy's rolling our hayfield here. So we got this thing loads. Perfect. So pretty much all of our fields need plowing of some sort. Put one fertilizer stayed on 41. This is the field we just plowed and planted the grass. 28's a hayfield. We got one cut off of that. We cut 17, 2021. So these two need to be raked still. So does 17. 28's the only one that's. What did this guy hit now? Should work just fine. Oh, that was our problem. guys, I know people are gonna ask where are the mods, blah blah blah. Look in the video description, it has a link to all of the mods I released. If you can't find it there, it's probably not available. Sweet setup right there. So that guy's rolling. I'm gonna do a little raking myself. So I used to think this field was big, but it doesn't take very long to rake it. It is a great day for making hay. 'Tis the season. See, these swaths are so much nicer now that I fixed the drop-off nodes. That last field was ugly, to put it kindly. Personally, I prefer the merger method just because it makes it a lot neater and it's more control, and it, it makes larger swaths, but you can't beat the $30,000 rake compared to 100 and some odd thousand mergers. So we're poor farming it. Well, technically, this isn't even poor farming. This is nice. This is a step up from poor. A lot of people would kill for a nice rake like this. Frontier. I don't really know anything about Frontier. I don't know what the quality is. I'm sure there's better rakes out there, but it looks cool. I mean, I've seen some of the rakes farmers use back home, and whew, this thing is the Cadillac compared to their 81 Honda model. But whatever, if it's not broke, if it doesn't break down and it works, why buy something? We are making some decent swaths though. 568's gonna have fun with these. So I don't think we're wide enough. I think we're gonna have to go back. We're not quite wide enough to make this last pass a headline. What is going on with my driver? I've never seen that one before. Rose from Titanic. I swear, with this game sometimes you just never know. I'm pretty sure it's from, I actually don't know. That's a first. That's hilarious. Maybe it's these damn windows. So dirty you can't see. It's the only option. Oh, what am I doing here? Distracted. Yeah, AC broke. It could be so many different things. Apparently our other workers finished rolling that field. Good for him. Made it without any issues. So this is all the further we got chopping, and then our silos were filled to the max. So I think I'm going to work my headland back the other way. Ideally I want to chop all of this, because we only have, well, we do have 200,000 liters made, so I might bale this, although we do have quite a bit in bales. Although if we don't put them in a shed somewhere, the seasons mod is going to take out most of our hay, and that's in bales, so. I don't know, I might bale the two up north, those two fields. Probably get 16 bales out of that. Call that good with that field. I'll probably end up chopping the rest of that. This guy is, I don't even know. We don't really have to worry about rain. There isn't rain in the forecast for 2 days, so I could just leave all this chill out on the field. So this guy is eventually going to have to finish raking the other 2 fields. This guy's over here somewhere. This guy missed a lot. Trying to finish up what this guy missed. Apparently a lot. Alright, so that wraps up this field. So this is all growing, this is growing, growing. So we have this field left to rake, and then this small field left to rake. This is all dried hay. It's got a couple bales, so I'll probably bale those other 2 and stack the bales out here. Curious if we got any. Been streaming for like an hour. Yeah, it's gonna take forever for that. I might bump that rate up a little bit from 1,000 to like 10,000, so it's a little faster. Anyways, call it a day for the stream. Hopefully next time we can, I don't know, do some more chopping. So thanks for watching.